In this video, Lena and I are being sent on a little errand downtown to get 2 baguettes and to deliver some postcards. While we're on this adventure, we're going to be talking a little bit about what it's like to live in France and how it's different from living in the United States. So yeah, if you're interested in that, definitely stay tuned and it'll be a fun video. What do you have to say?
I'm going to talk my experience about getting almost hit by a car.
You got hit by a car?
Almost.
Natural selection, right?
Kind of.
Alright, Lena, so what's one interesting thing about living in France?
One interesting thing about living in France is that people would just pee on the side of the road. For instance, there was this one time when me and Max, he was running in the city, and this guy just comes up to us and walks right past us and just starts peeing in the corner. And we're like 10 feet away from him, and he just like opens his pants like, and we're like, so weird. It's one thing that only happens in France.
So that's one thing about France is people will literally just pee wherever and whenever they want, which is something that definitely doesn't happen in the United States. All right, on to the next place.
Get away from me!
What else is different about living in France?
Well, everyone wears really dark clothes, no matter what season it is. That girl over wearing like a 2-sweater thing and baggy pants.
So no matter what the season is in France, people will always be wearing dark clothing, long sleeves, and long pants, no matter how hot it is. And even today, it's 85 degrees out, and we just saw 2 people who were wearing long pants and long shirts, which is a lot different from the United States, because people would be in short sleeves and short shorts. Another thing about living in France is that the roads are extremely narrow. This right here is a good example of a very narrow walkway or road. You'll probably see throughout the video that the roads in general are just a lot narrower. Imagine a car getting through, it'd be tight. But in France, all the cars are super small to adapt to the roads. And yeah, that's another thing that's different about France. So that's something else about France. There are pigeons everywhere. They definitely have that in the United States, but especially in France, there are just pigeons absolutely everywhere. Mission accomplished, but now we have to get some baguette. You ready?
Yeah, let's go.
Are you sure you're ready?
Oh yes, I am. Are you
ready?
Sure you're ready?
So Lena, do you like living in France or the United States more?
I think they both balance each other out, because in America there's like, it's not really safe anymore because of all the shootings and like harassments and stuff. But in France it's more safe, but there's more dangers because people smoke so much. My lungs will like die of shriveling up.
Yeah, you said you had kids in your school who smoke?
Yeah, there's like kids. There was this kid who was he's doing like drool in the classroom.
And how old is he?
He's like 12, 13. So it's like major difference in America.
Yeah, even at my school, there'll be like 50 kids in front of the school who are smoking before school every day. And so it doesn't really matter how old you are. So yeah, that's one major difference between France and the United States. The smoking is just more chill here, I guess that's what it is. But kids of all ages will be smoking cigarettes, which is something that's very different from the United States. Yeah. Especially the age that kids start smoking at is kind of outstanding. This is the main downtown square of where we live.
Apple.
This is the Apple store, the main fountain, then surrounding shops. Something else that's different about France is the amount of motorcycles and mopeds is crazy. Wherever you go, you'll be seeing mopeds, motorcycles just everywhere. As you can see just here. It's a lot more convenient because the roads are a lot narrower, like I mentioned earlier, and it's a lot easier to park and it's a lot cheaper to take around. So yeah, you'll see mopeds all over the street. They're very loud. On to the next road. Another thing that's different is that people just don't throw things away. There's a lot of trash on the streets, especially cigarettes. In America, people would probably most likely throw them away.
Where we live, at least.
Yeah, at least where we live, but look. It's probably the teenagers who just don't care. But yeah, it's sad, but there's a lot of trash on the streets, mainly cigarettes.
Cigarette packages, what they do in France, is that they put like awarenesses, like warnings on them to say like, this is what it's gonna do to you. And they have pictures of people that are like problems after they smoke. And it's just like a cool thing of like awareness. But in America, they don't do that. They're like, here.
The cigarette packages have like photos of hearts or lungs that have been affected by cigarettes to be like, yo, this is what's gonna happen to you. Which is another cool thing about France. Here it is, our favorite boulangerie place. You're in order?
Those are really good.
And now Lena wants a quick popsicle, so we'll get her a treat.
Or coming with me.
C'est pour ça. Même Vauban, et puis Vauban, c'est un quartier où il faut y aller. Dans le sens où où on se balade et on tombe sur quelque chose. Là, Vauban, il faut y prendre la voiture et y aller.
Like that place in Canada.
Yeah.
Merci, au revoir.
Lena got her little snack, and now she's
so good.
happy. So that includes our little adventure into town. We got our 2 baguettes, we delivered the mail, and Lena got a little snack. I hope you guys learned some things about what it's like to live in France and how it's different from the United States. Yeah, stay tuned.